I never thought I'd be the person who lost their luggage on a trip. You know, you hear the horror stories, and you always think that won't be me. But yeah, that was me. It happened a few months ago when I was flying to Europe for a vacation I'd been planning for months. I had everything lined up, a packed itinerary, booked tours, and a list of all the places I was going to explore. But the trip had barely started when I stepped off the plane, eager to grab my bag and get to the hotel. Except, it wasn't there. I mean, nothing. Zilch? Nada. I stood there in disbelief while the conveyor belt slowly emptied. I checked every sign, rechecked the flight details, no mistake, the plane had landed fine. But still, no bag. I went to the baggage claim counter, and that's when I learned something I wasn't prepared for. Apparently, my luggage had been misplaced. Not lost, but misplaced. And here's where it gets crazy. They told me it would take 3 to 5 days for my bag to show up. But I wasn't just going to be sitting around waiting for that to happen, right? I had plans. My whole trip was mapped out. What was I supposed to do? Wear the same outfit every day? Walk around in my socks and t-shirt because that was all I had? It felt like I'd been robbed of my trip, of the adventure I had been dreaming of for months. I'll be honest, I was frustrated. And when the 5 days passed and still no bag, my frustration turned to panic. I had to get creative. I ended up buying some basic clothes to get by, but I still didn't have my camera, my toiletries, the things I really needed to enjoy the trip. So, here's where the story takes a weird twist, because luckily, I had something I didn't expect to need. I had recently heard about this thing called auras.insure. It wasn't like your typical travel insurance, but it popped up on my radar as something different. You know, that travel insurance hack that I thought might be worth a shot. It's not like I had anything to lose at that point. I called them up, explained the situation, and here's where the surprise happened. They didn't just offer me the usual, hope it turns up soon nonsense. Instead, they offered me compensation. Like, actual help. For the lost luggage, they helped me cover some of the costs of the replacements I had to buy. And not just a small amount, it was the kind of backup that made a real difference in my trip. I wasn't on the hook for my whole shopping spree, that's for sure, but it definitely took the edge off. The best part? It wasn't complicated. They handled everything so smoothly that I felt like I didn't need to worry about a thing. I wasn't glued to my phone in a constant state of stress, waiting for updates. I could actually enjoy what was left of my vacation, even though my luggage was still MIA. It made me realize something important. You never know what's going to go wrong during your trip, but having the right support can make all the difference. If you're traveling anytime soon and you haven't thought about insurance for lost baggage, or, let's be real, everything that can go wrong, it's a no-brainer to at least look into it. Auras.insure was one of those things I never thought I'd need, but I'm so glad I had it when the unexpected hit. And honestly, if you're looking for something to back you up, especially when life throws you a curveball, I trust this. It might not be the flashiest thing, but it sure worked for me when I needed it. I didn't even plan to mention it in this video, but it just made my trip so much easier to manage. So yeah, that's my story of lost luggage and how it taught me that sometimes the unexpected can turn into a stress-free experience if you've got the right safety net. If you're planning your next trip, take it from me. Having something like Auras in your corner is definitely worth it. Trust me, it made a difference.